I always keep sketchbooks. I've been an illustrator from day one. That's how I started off in my career, and it was always important to keep anything for me. I'm very into detail, and I will keep most sketches, and I will always find that they will become inspiration for something later on in a project, or if it's something that I want to develop further but I don't have the time, I know it's there, and it's always going to be there in the back of my mind that it could become something else. Apart from the sketches in my sketchbook, there are reams of images that are just the most surreal photos I've just discovered, and people have sent them to me as well, just because they know that I'm collecting this database of the surreal and the dark. We have a tendency when we create worlds to start with the character, because effectively a character, like us, we inform our environment, and that's always a starting point for us, and we always want to make sure there's a consistency with the character as it enters its world. And so depending on what that character's doing, if it's a set of characters that are a family or a bunch of friends, they need to have a world that's pretty rich. And for me, I like to make sure that there's a level of tactility in that world too. So when we've gone through the process of designing the characters and environments for such a world, this information is then passed on to an animation team. We have people who are responsible for modelling the characters. We have people who are responsible for texturing and lighting these characters. So as time goes on, when we get to the animation stage, we have a bunch of digital characters in a digital world, which are then ready for the animation process. And then, of course, it's this team who bring the characters to life. And I keep in touch with the team all the way through the process, and that's the whole part of being a director, is that you start off with your sketches, your seed of an idea, and you are maintaining that consistency and a focus to make sure that everyone's on the same page throughout the process. So when we have finished animating, we have this believable world which feels right, and people will start to believe in and emote to. It's really enriching, this world that we create, because for me it's that whole notion of having a seed of an idea on paper and seeing it go through a whole process that can take months to finally be on the screen or on print. It's quite addictive, actually.